Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, I wanted to talk on going outside. I'm not overall doing this episode to force people to go outside, but I'm just going to overall be talking for those that go outside a decent amount of the time. Like whatever they feel comfortable with, I'm going to be defending them people. I'm not going to be, defending the people that stay indoors all day or defending the people that be outside all day. I'm just defending them ones that's like right smack dead in the middle. Like, you don't mind being indoors, but you also like being outside. But here's the thing though. Here's my thing. The only reason why I need to be outside is if I'm out doing something, right? Like if I'm out shopping around, if I'm either outside recording, hanging out with friends, what other things, like, or if I, like, if it wasn't for this pandemic, going to work, like, them are my times to, like, really enjoy, like, the outside area. But my thing is this: what's that in between stuff? Like, why is it? Because the way when I have people approach me and they are like, oh, you need to go outside more, that's like almost like a good, well, I wouldn't necessarily say like a good portion of my friends. It's always like those friends that like to just be outside too much. It's them friends they're the ones. And it's funny because it's like, okay, we're going outside just to go somewhere and most likely get drunk. I'm not a drinking type person. And I'm going to be talking about one friend in particular because they're the main ones. That's honestly every time when we talk. It's every time when we talk, they're saying that I don't go outside enough. And I'm like, no, I don't go hang out with you and get drunk enough. I've never even gotten drunk with this friend before. So my thing is like, what do you have built up in your head that I'm going to go out and do something? Honestly, though, I'm like, next time they get on me about going outside, I'm like, look, I'm not trying to go outside and get drunk. Like, if that's your, like, idea of going outside, I ain't got no plans for that, okay? I actually like being sober, and I hate being drunk. So that's it. It just, but it trips me out though. Like that's what honestly, like with some, like when friends, when they tell you that you need to go outside more, like we're legit going outside to just go inside of somewhere. When I'm like, hey yo, I could just honestly get a bottle of Bombay and just go right back to my house and enjoy myself there. The toilets, the food, everything that I need is in the comfort of my own home. But see, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Now there's gonna be times where I'm like, man, I really want me a cinnamon roll at that mall. Or I really want me some pretzels at the other mall. Dang, they got these shoes. I really don't want to order them online. I want to go get them at the store. Or, hey, you know what? Instead of going on Amazon to find something, let me go out to different stores, right? And enjoy that outside view. The sunny, cloudy, rainy, snowy weather. Whatever weather is going on out there. Let me go outside and enjoy that. Right? Now, I don't mind having moments like that. But my thing is like, I'm not going to be indoors too much. And I'm not going to be outdoors too much. It's either like I'm smack dead in the middle. Where I'm like, I'm indoors a decent amount of the time. And I'm outside a decent amount of the time. But when I'm outside, I'm not like, because here's the thing. I tried this before. This was like actually in the start of this pandemic. And I was kind of going through some stuff. I decided that I was going to go out for a walk. That was one of the most boring and dumbest things I've ever did. I remember I did go out and take me some pictures. It's funny, there was actually a song that I came out with. I think it was called Moment. And I think the cover art of it was at this like lake area that I went to. And it was then, I think it was then, or it might have been after. I can't remember when exactly. But it was in that area I remember I went to just go and just chill there and stuff. And it was boring. It was honestly boring. I was like, I think I was maybe out there for like maybe 30 to 45 minutes. And then right after that, I just went right back in the house. Because I was like, okay, like this, I need to be going out somewhere. So that's why I'm like, if I do like, so if I'm exercising, most of the time, like, if I'm exercising, I'm like, okay, like, I already know what I'm doing. I'm just going to, do a little lap around in the area. Or I'm probably going to go out, get me some Red Bulls. Or, go to the store and get me some snacks or something, That's probably then when I'm going outside. But I walk, I'm getting some sort of exercise and stuff. And if I don't feel like exercising outside, guess what I got? I got workout equipment in the comfort of my own home. So my thing is like, I won't mind, like, going to a gym because I've actually been thinking about doing that. But if I have the equipment that I need at my house, why would I go to a gym? For what reason do I need to waste my money going to a gym? And it's like, if my thing is this, I've actually, like I said, I've thought about getting me a gym membership. I've thought about, like, because there are gyms in the area, and I'm like, I've thought of that. But I do have workout equipment here, so guess what? Until that equipment goes out, that's when I'll go and decide to start hitting the gym, or just go out and get more workout equipment. But if I don't have enough space, or there's a certain machine that they'll have out at the gym, guess what I'll do? I'll go to the gym. But that is my decision. Like, my thing is this. I don't like when people, they try to make decisions for you. Like, going back to that friend that's like, they're so eager for me to be outside and crap. I remember, like, one of the first interactions I had with them, like, when we, like, started to be, like, somewhat chilled and things. I remember, because I used to work with them. And so I remember, my thing is like, after work, I am tired. I'm ready to go home. I'm not trying to go out and do nothing. There are at times, though, where I'm like, okay, you know what? We haven't hung out in a while. Or if it's like an employee's like last day or something, I'm like, okay, I'll go out to a restaurant and hang out with you guys for a little bit. I don't mind doing that. That's cool. I'm chill with that. So I'll do that. But if it's any other day of the week, I'm heading home. I'm tired. I've been sitting there running around doing all these different crazy quote unquote cafe things and stuff. I'm ready to go home, bruh. Like, I ain't trying to be here no longer. I ain't even trying to be in downtown Seattle any longer. At times I'm like, hey, yo, I'm done for the day. So there was one time I remember when I was like, oh, you know what, guys? It's like, because I think it was like early that morning, or it was at some point in time when they told me, oh, we're all going to go to a bar, or they're all going to go to a bar and things, and I wanted to come. I was like, you know what? Yeah, sure, I'll go. And then once when I clocked out, and I'm all like, hey, yo, I'm ready to go home. And so they was just like, wait a minute, we were going to go to the bar. I'm just like, hey, you know what? We're going to have to do this another time. I just want to go home. Like, you know what? Hey, FaceTime me. I'll go get me some alcohol on the way home and stuff. FaceTime me. I'll get drunk in the comfort of my own home. But I just want to lay down in my bed and sleep, okay? But this one particular friend, they were so eager to like get me to go out with them and stuff, giving me out every reasons and things. I'm like, do you understand? And I think everybody knows, like, I don't live inside Seattle. I live outside of Seattle. I live like 40, like early in the morning. It usually is like probably like 40 to 50 minutes to like get out there and stuff. But let's say if it's a bad traffic day, right? It's going to most likely take me over an hour to get home, right? So hanging out with them, usually, because I'll have to say, like, we're probably like the first wave of people to leave Seattle, right? There's like, because I feel like Seattle, it's like you leave in waves. You don't leave, like, you got like maybe like 3 to 4 o'clock like people where it's like they're the first ones to leave, the 5 to 6 o'clock people, then the 7 and above, like at that point, like the 7 and above, it's like I feel like when you're like the first wave to leave, okay, you're good. That middle wave, like that 5 o'clock hour, everybody is leaving at that point. So traffic is crazy. And then if it's raining, traffic is going to be even more crazier. Like, my thing is this. There would be at times, right, where traffic would be so bad. And I remember this was back when I was like in high school. And I remember when my mom, when she would like come, because she works out in Seattle and stuff, and she would come home, it would take her probably almost close to 2 hours. And she got off work at like 4 something. So that's why I'm like, I'm not trying to be out in Seattle no longer than like the time, like what, maybe an hour tops. But at that point, I'm done. I'm good. And there would be at times where these guys, they want me to be like, oh no, stay, drink some more. I'm like, no, I gotta go home. I'm not trying to be on no bus drunk, like, losing my mind. Like, no, there was a time, I wouldn't necessarily say that I was drunk, but I was feeling that alcohol, bruh. I was legit feeling that alcohol. So it was the first time, I think. So one of my supporters, Wholesome, you probably remember me telling you about that boomerang drink, right? And then telling you about that restaurant in Seattle called Mexico. So Wholesome knows, but for those that don't know, so there is this restaurant in kind of somewhat in downtown Seattle in this mall, and it was called Mexico. So I remember that this was like the first time when me and my friend Jack, pretty sure everybody knows Jack, like I mentioned how he's a part of that band Monitor, and I did the reaction video. So that Jack, So this was like my first time when me and him like really was, you know, hanging out outside of work and stuff. And I remember he was telling, I think it was either on the way there or when we were already at the restaurant. We were already like talking about doing shots and stuff. So he was telling me about like, you know, like a shot of tequila or some stuff. Cause I told him, I'm like, bro, I'm like brand spanking new to the drinking scene. Like I don't drink too much, bruh. So I'm like, you gonna have to tell me some stuff. So, anyways, I think on the way there we were kind of talking about that. Might have been talking about it personalized a little bit. But anyways, we get there. I remember we had a shot of tequila, right? It was funny how he was like trying to tell me. He was just like, okay, you gotta like drink. I think it's you take the shot, then spray the lemon or lime in your mouth. I didn't even do all of that, bro. I just went and took the shot, and he looks at me. He was like, no, you're supposed to spray the lemon. I was like, oh, okay, or the lime in your mouth. And so I'm like, oh, okay. And so I did that. I was just like, I ain't feel nothing, bro. I could have did all that like without the shot of lime. Like I don't even know what that was for. But anyways, I remember my chest started getting heavy, bruh. Like, that's what I'm telling you guys. I am a light drinker. I don't drink all the time because the times I have drink, there was one time in Tacoma, I remember I had too much. And I know most people, I think it was like everybody there had like the same amount of alcohol I had. I had too much. And you know what? You know how that night ended? With me passed out on the toilet, then passed out on my bed, immediately waking up from my bed to go right back to the toilet and throw up. So you know what? At the end of the day, I really do not like alcohol. My Red Bulls, protein shakes, Fiji water, Gatorade, apple juice, I'm cool with those drinks. But alcohol, bro, you gotta drink one drink and one drink only. Like, if you a light drinker, drink one drink only. You know, maybe add a second one, but after that, you're done. Okay, when you start feeling a certain way, you are done. So anyways, I had the tequila, and then then the cook or whoever it was, I don't know, he was the bartender or whoever, but then he starts telling us about this drink called Boomerang. So I'm like, hey, you know what? Eddie Murphy was in a movie called Boomerang, and that was good. So you know, I'm gonna give that drink a chance. I'm gonna give that drink a chance. So anyways, he gives me Jack, because I'm trying to think who else was there. I think it was another coworker, and so it was just the three of us because it was a coworker's last day. So anyways, so it was the three of us, and I think it was the three of us. We had that Boomerang drink, and at that point, bro, I felt like I could fly. Tequila and Boomerang, oh my god, bro, that was I don't even know what the ingredients were to that drink, but I'm like, if I ever find out like the ingredients to that drink. And then, like, I'm about to make me a big old bottle. Like, that would be the one time where I become an alcoholic because of that. No, I'm playing. But anyways, but no, so I remember I had that drink. And Jack, that's the one thing. I remember the two times when we went to that restaurant, because the second time we went, I had 2 shots of Boomerang. I was like, no, that drink was good. So anyways, but I remember both times, Jack was looking at me like, oh, I can tell he's feeling it. And I remember the second time, because it was the first time. The first time I remember I was trying to like walk, but it was like kind of crowded. So I was trying to walk like kind of like around those guys and stuff, but kind of was like stumbling a little bit. And I remember Jack, he was the first one to look at me. Everybody else, they all conversating. Jack with this big old smile on his face is just staring. I'm like, Jack, I'm not drunk. Don't you look at me like that. I'm like, do not look at me like that. I am sober. Soon as I got out, so the second time I remember I wasn't really feeling it, but I felt like the thing was though, I felt like if somebody tried to like start something with me, I'm like, oh, it's on. I'm like, today I got time, you know. I'm like, I don't know why. I was like, yeah, don't have a shot of tequila and then a shot of Boomerang. Don't have 2 shots of Boomerang because you're gonna feel like the Incredible Hulk and things. I honestly felt like I was like 250 pounds of muscle when I had the 2 shots of Boomerang. But when you have like the tequila and the Boomerang, oh, you feel like an angel. You feel like you can straight up fly. So that first time around, oh my god, bro, I remember when I was walking to the bus stop, I definitely don't remember swinging my arms when I walk. You know how like when most people, they like swing their arms and stuff? I wasn't doing that. I know the upper half of my body was like, all it was just doing was just standing up. But my legs was moving. I remember getting at the bus stop. I know I was like wobbling. I can feel, it's funny with me, like when I'm drunk, it's like a third person viewing. And I was just kind of like looking at myself like, oh, he's out of it. He shouldn't have done that to himself. So I get on the bus. I remember I just fell all against the window, just sleep, knocked out, bruh, knocked out. I wish I can like go back in time and just record myself on when I was that drunk, because I'm telling you, like, it was. Well, okay, all right, I maybe not been drunk. I think I was just like a little bit tipsy, because I feel like if I was drunk, like I would have been definitely wobbling, because I remember when the time I did get drunk in Seattle, or not in Seattle, but in Tacoma, I remember I stood up and bro, you would have thought that I was standing up for like a good like 5 minutes or something. It seemed like when I flew up and was kind of like I felt like I was on top of a building. And it was funny because it was my uncle's birthday. He just bursts out and just starts laughing because he can see that I was drunk. I remember I had dabbed him up and things, and it was all sloppy. I go outside, I'm like walking. You know how like if you play Grand Theft Auto 4, when you play it's like Nico, because I know there's like 3 different. So I think it was all the same. But when you play Grand Theft Auto 4, and then your character gets drunk, you see how like they be wobbling back and forth and stuff, like especially Nico be his cousin and things. Like, bruh, that's how I was. Like I was like that and things. I wasn't taking out no garbage cans or anything, but oh my god, like it was. I felt that alcohol, and so that's why I'm like, okay, if at the end of the day, going right back to this going outside stuff, if that's what I'm doing while I'm going outside is hanging out with you and getting drunk, why? Why am I doing that? Like, what's... And then here's my thing. So, all right, let's just say, you know what? I'm going to eliminate this being inside person. I'm going to just be outside 24/7. Never go home. Only time I go home is when I sleep. But as soon as I wake up, I'm outside doing whatever. Drinking, having fun, doing whatever and things. So, let's say, right, I meet a girl. This is like her one time going outside, because I feel like that this would be my luck if I were to become that person where I'm just outside 100%. Not 50-50, just outside 100%. So I'm outside 100%, right? I meet a girl. She's a 50-50 girl, right? So she's 50% in the house, 50%. But I'm like, as soon as I wake up, I'm like, nope, I'm going outside. I'm going out. I'm doing something. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm just going outside. She's all like, babe, just stay indoors and stuff. I'm like, nope, gotta go outside. Can't stay indoors. Ain't hearing any things. That's gonna destroy the relationship. That honestly, that is going to destroy it, because she's not going to be like, I don't want to go outside today. It's, do you look how hard it's raining? Because I live in Seattle. I live outside of Seattle. But regardless, Washington, the Pacific Northwest, oh, bruh, it can rain. It can rain. So my thing is this. It's full blown, like just full on blasting rain outside. I'm like, nope, I got a rain jacket, got my rain shoes on, my rain sneakers and stuff. I'm like, nope, gotta go outside. And she's gonna be like, babe, it's thundering and lightning outside. Like, no, you can't do that. I go outside, get struck by thunder, and would get struck by, okay, not all of that's gonna happen, but you know what? Just a little fantasy world. I go outside, get struck by lightning. Now I'm in the hospital, laying there, feeling stupid, with every inch of my body just having the most burning sensation possible. It would have been at that moment where I've been like, you know what? I'm never listening to a friend again. I should have been listening to my girl the whole time, but no. I decided I'm going to just take in that quote-unquote advice and just be outside just all day, every day. And I'm like, man, it's just people like that. I'm all like, when was the last time you was inside? Like, when was the last time you just sat down and just relaxed? Because I'm telling you, you would actually appreciate that a lot. But I'm like, man, it's just when they're all like, they're so, like, just so eager, they want to just be outside just 24/7. I'm like, hey, yo, look, I don't mind being outside. I don't mind, being indoors. I don't mind any of that. But I'm never going to be indoors too much, and I'm never going to be outside too much. Period. So I'm like, bruh, like, it's just... Man, I honestly, I wish I could just meet more people like me, where they're all like, want to go outside today? I'm like, yeah, I ain't got nothing better else to do. I've done everything possible. But then also, okay, if I am inside, okay, chilling, let's say I'm recording videos, right? They're all like, hey, you want to go outside today? I'm like, nah, man, not today. I got some videos to record. They like, say less. Hey, you know what? Kill it with your videos. Keep doing your thing, I'll make sure, like, while I'm out, I'm gonna watch one of the videos that you post. See, a friend like that, I'm like, I need more friends like that. I need more people like that. You know, where they're like, they can appreciate when a person is in. But my thing is this: if I'm indoors an unhealthy amount, because I'm like that is possible too. That ain't gonna be me. There's at times where I'm all like, you know what, it looks kind of good outside. Let me just go out there and just embrace it a little bit. But I'm not just going to be out there just to be out there. I'm actually going to be out there for a legitimate reason and stuff. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I don't know what outside, like when people say, oh, you need to go outside more. In your words, in your definition, what is this outside that you talk of? Like, what am I doing? Because please, that's another thing where I'm like, if you're going to tell me to go outside more, give me recommendations. Don't just tell me to go outside and then just be like, oh, well, now you're outside. Now I'm just out there just looking crazy, just standing on the sidewalk like, all right, I'm outside. What do I do? Like, no, people should watch that TV show, Preacher. Watch that TV show Preacher, and that dude, because he got like this, I don't know what it was. It was like a mix of an angel and demon, but it was like this like voice thing that just gave this man like straight up superpowers and crap. And he would like, he could be able to just tell a person by doing like to just do things. He'll tell like, walk away from me. That person will legit turn around and walk away from him. They ain't got no control over what they're doing. They're probably like, hey yo, how'd that man just tell me to walk away? And I'm walking away from him. Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do in a situation like that? But honestly though, like that's what people need to know. Like, that's the side effect that you have on the person, because when he would tell a person to go out and do things, sometimes it can, be damaging to that person. I think that was like one of the first few episodes. He told a person to, like, I can't remember what exactly he said to the guy, but the guy traveled all the way to the old folks home that he sent his mom to, and I think he like grabbed a knife and just gutted himself, just cut his stomach open, guts went flying all over the place. His mom had this old funny scream and cry, and I was like, man, and that's why I'm like, okay, that's my thing, where it's all like, all right, I take your guys' advice. If we're gonna be realistic, I take your guys' advice. I get hit by a car. Listening to you guys, I'm like, oh, I went outside more, then there's this person doing freaking 90 down the road. Now half of my body is broken. I would legit, like, I would have that person meet up with me and just be like, so this is in just a full-on like body brace with both my arms extended out, just looking at them with my neck brace and just being like, so this is what happens when I listen to you. I'm like, don't ever tell me to go outside again. Don't ever in your life. I'm like, don't tell me to ever in your life go outside again. When I feel like going outside, I will go outside. But anyways, yeah, my thing is this: if you're an indoor person, continue being an indoor person. If you're an outdoor person, continue being an outdoor person. If you're that person smack dead in the middle, contact me, because we can possibly work on some things. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 33 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. Make sure you like my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your next purchase. And yeah, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.